February 28th, 2021. This is Dr. Randy Short. Who you gonna call? Coon Busters, y'all. Now look, um, between what the crazy sinus infection, the YouTube ban, the Facebook ban, I've not been doing these consistently, not because I didn't want to. I want to, and man, I don't want to sit up and hack and cough and annoy you and gross you guys out, spitting every 10, 12 minutes. So I sort of thought, yeah, that's unhygienic. It's nasty. I hate it. Uh, so I want all of you to know that I think I'm about at the end. Oh, wow. My throat's acting silly. At the end of all this sinus madness. So just so you'll know, tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., I'm going to have one of the greatest advocates against Black Lives Matter, who's a Black sister by the name of Beverlyn Beatty, and her side warrioress, Emily. They're going to be talking about pro-life stuff, talking about all kinds of stuff. I want to get their take on what's going on in Atlanta. This sister has an incredible story. So we're kicking it off with Beverlyn Beatty, which will be March 1st, tomorrow, 11 a.m. I've been collecting and reading. In fact, please definitely hook me up with some donations. I have to pick up maybe about 30 some odd titles. But I'm going to be going through at least two books, at least chapters. I may do more. It depends on how everything's rolling. And if I get to bed early tonight, I may, when I wake up, just hit the deck and start reading, start sharing, and so forth. We'll be doing a show sometime this week with Kulik. I'll be doing a show on Wednesday with Darren Muhammad. I will be doing programs, and they'll resume. So if you missed me, I missed you too. I didn't kick myself off. YouTube did, and then, my God, it's nothing like getting a sinus infection in wintertime with this COVID foolishness out here. So that's happening. On top of that, I'm probably going to be doing some things on the NAACP. I have to, the CBC. I have to. I will be doing a program about no good Black preachers. And I think I'm going to get a book and just read what some people have said about crooked ass Black preachers. Kelly Miller has a book, Everlasting Stain. And James Walton Johnson has a book called What Now, Black America? One is from the 1920s. One is actually 97 years old. I've got a 97-year-old copy, first edition of Everlasting Stain by the first Black to get a PhD in mathematics named Kelly Miller. And of course, Lift Every Voice and Sing, James Walton Johnson's book. It's a 1944 book. I think I got 2 or 3 copies of it. I will be then going in on T.D. Jakes. I've got to have a conversation. Also, for those of you who are spiritual and faith-oriented, as Salt Ministry, I am working on a series. Should have launched yesterday, but, well, I'll give you TMI. I got diarrhea from my medication, and I'm not trying to sit up and run back and forth to the bathroom, and then it kept me awake. Then it made me fall asleep. So I think I'm about done doing drugs for my health. And so you'll see me again. But tomorrow, Beverlyn Beatty, 11 a.m. She's crazy. Look her up. I will be doing more promos. She's the crazy sister that throws paint on Black Lives Matter. She's the one that fights against abortions. She's the one that fights against war nuts down in Atlanta, Georgia, for which I love her. She is off the hook. It's going to be great. So for all of you, I miss everybody. I miss doing this. I miss sharing. I want to also let you know that in this month of March, I guess it's just a purchase. I'll be talking to Brother Kulik, who I'm doing a show with. I'm going to purchase podcast equipment. I will. I will absolutely have that. And I think between now and the end of March, I'll be podcasting. So if you don't like seeing me unshaven or whatever, you can just hear the voice. So imagine podcasting as well as broadcasting. There are other people I'm going to be doing stuff with. I'm also going to get some help from Brother Kulik to improve the quality of what I'm doing. I have more content than I do knowledge of all this stuff. Um, I also will be getting with other people to talk about herbs. I mean, just this cold I got, the sinus infection, which I knew I was going to get. It's a long story. I'll explain it. Y'all laugh, but everybody's love. But I just want to say to y'all, got to deal with the NACP. Got to deal with the Congressional Black Circus, the NAACP Legal Defense and Education Fund. In fact, bless the brother here, because I was looking into books, and part of what hurts what I'm trying to do is all the libraries and everything is closed because of the shutdown. A lot of things are being scrubbed off the internet. Information that I could have pulled 2, 3, 4 years ago, you can't find it. And like, someone wants me to do a program on President Johnson. I think it's worthwhile. Do you know the stuff that I used to be able to find on President Johnson? It's gone. If the libraries are closed, I can't go and get articles. And these days, it's interesting. When you tell the truth, you better back it up. If they lie, they don't have to prove anything. They tell you there's not just male and female. They don't have to prove anything. I do want to get my hands on the book when Harry became when Harry became Sally, the book on transgenderism that Amazon banned. We need to look at this. I will be talking about the Equality Act. It passed. 59 niggas in Congress voted for reparations for sex deviants. Watch them quibble over what they're going to do for us. So I'll be back. Don't give up. And I want to tell you, I'll be on Twitch tomorrow for the first time. If Apple allows, I've got 2 iPhones, an iPhone 11 and an iPhone 6. If they allow, I'll get in the Clubhouse. I've been waiting now for 3 days. So if you want to invite me, if anybody's got an iPhone and you're on Clubhouse, I'm Dr. Randy Short. So I'm waiting for an invitation because we're going to blow it out. There's much to talk to y'all about. I think we're going to do a follow-up on Biden and lynching and racism in Delaware. I'm going to get Elaine Riddick on because we got to talk about eugenics and sterilization. We've got to talk about what's happening with this vaccination. By the way, y'all, when I was super sick with sinuses and everything, I took a hydroxy and 4 black elderberry pills. My cold was gone in an hour. When I was coughing the other day and it wouldn't go away, I took an ivermectin and then I took another ivermectin. Ivermectin is a great drug. You should have some. It's going to cost you about $90 unless you've got some good insurance. I got mine. I put my mother on it. Black people being targeted by all this stuff. The numbers of black folks getting these shots is going up, but I just wanted to reach out to you, continue to support the channel. I absolutely want to pick up Harriet Washington's book on medical apartheid and just deal in these subjects as best I can. So let me see. I'm in my other office. The library's back on the other side, but it's on. It's on, folks. And so I love your support. Definitely hit me up. I literally need to get, I have to get still some more things. So my wish list, I need to get some books in the NACP. I need to have those, and on Lyndon Johnson. Um, on top of that, there's a brother over in Europe that can get any book that most books that I'm talking about he can get. You need to hook up so we can have a mass PDF list. If you'd like something I'm talking about, if we can get it in PDF form, you don't have to buy the book. It can be emailed to you. If I promise to send something to you and you write me and I forget, write me again. I don't have a secretary. Stuff happens. Had a faithful sister write me 2 or 3 times. She did get her affidavit. I do apologize. Clubhouse invites, invite me. Um, my number for Clubhouse is 202 442, no, 422 202 422 6202. I'm not going to be taking a lot of calls, so if people calling that, I won't be answering that. I have other phones for that. This is for me to do work off of. So that's not going to be a phone that I'll take calls on. So you can call it all you want. I won't answer. If it's for Clubhouse, yes. For general consumption, please, folks. That's ridiculous. You want to get in touch with me, the best thing to do is email wrandyshort@gmail.com. Aside from being my email, it is my Zelle and PayPal. And thank everybody. So many people have been very wonderful. And I want to let you know, sometimes, more than often, um, mm, I won't say who, but I fed a couple of families. I did not, I mean that. Somebody's electricity was off. I paid it. Somebody had food. I paid it. Someone else didn't have food. I paid it. Someone had an issue with just just having some issues with heat, some other stuff. I paid it, and which means I didn't buy books with it. I didn't go out and swing and smoke weed and hang out with white women. It went to somebody black, and it's not me. And if you knew me better, it's the same way I sent someone something for their birthday. They didn't have anything. A lot of people are hurting. I am not rich. In fact, I'm super poor. I even have an EBT card. That's how broke people think I am. However, somebody may be in more need than I am. I just do it. I made a commitment to someone that's been doing work in India as a missionary. I'm going to send them some money because they help people. They're under fire. I have friends who do stuff in Africa and other places. It adds up no matter what you give. If you're giving 20 or 30 or 40, it adds up. So please know, when y'all bless me, I don't hoard it. It's either you specifically to help do this, or I help someone else. By the way, it's warming up. I think I'm going to get some people that farm. Get some people. I may have Ricky Dollison. He's a major black farmer, 200-acre farm in Georgia, or someone. I'm going to get me some black farmers, start talking to people. We have to grow our own stuff. So, love people. We got to talk about, in fact, y'all, I want to get some people on. Brother Cam, I need some people from Chicago to talk about, pardon my language, it's Sunday. This bitch, Lori Dykefoot, has 6 mile an hour cameras to find the hell out of black people, to build up Chicago. I say they do everything for Mexicans and whites on the north side and wherever, but nothing for black people. So count on me to continue to enlighten and rip into black leadership. We need your help. Look, it's springtime. Buy seeds. I've got, flower seeds. Not that I'm going to share. This is my stash. You got to get yours. But in fact, I got strawberry roots coming. My strawberries are already growing. Monday, tomorrow, oh my God, I got to get me some dirt and If I don't do it Monday, I'll do it Tuesday. And I'm going to prepare the soil in my backyard for my herbs, for cucumbers. I'm going to grow some cool weather stuff, some lettuce. Let's see if I can get that to happen. I had lettuce last year. It was good. My own butter crunch lettuce. So I've got bib lettuce seeds. I've got all kinds of stuff. We must feed ourselves. Let me tell you something while I'm here, and forgive me for all this. I didn't plan to talk this long. In Mississippi and Alabama, I do have I have Albert Pike's book. I do have Albert Pike's book. I got it. In Alabama and Mississippi and all over the country where black people are dying, Tennessee, they live in areas where these Arabs and Asians and other people sell them a bunch of soda, potato chips, bad stuff. You know, one of the things I loved about living in Tennessee was that one, it was warm from March, mid March, all the way to January or December. It was kind of cold December, January, February. By March, it warmed up. You could grow anything there. Do you know there are black folks in Mississippi and other places on the world's richest farmland? And the niggas are going and they're giving their money to people that hate their guts. And because black people buy all this processed bad food, they're they're getting diabetes, heart attack, stroke, and they're dying. It is a choice, as Kanye said. It's a choice for us to be unhealthy coons, to eat chips and pop and processed cereal every single solitary day of our lives when people have land. You know, I've cussed some people out that had farmland that weren't using it. I want to beat their behind. So I love everybody. Come on, y'all. We got to get on the land. Even if you have a small yard. I got a neighbor. I think she's a lesbian, but she's like in charge of community stuff. So if y'all see me knocking on a lesbian's door, I'm not trying to get a date. I'm trying to get her permission to plant some fruit trees on some land that's here in my neighborhood. It's 1 block away. And I want to see if I can plant some fruit trees. Yeah, I want to grow some pomegranates. I want to grow some persimmons. I want to put some elderberry. Yes, I do. I'm tired of buying the shit. Y'all think I'll have elderberry stuff? I don't lie about this. I really don't. Look at this. This is some good stuff too. It tastes good. I have all kinds of elderberry stuff. Um, we can do some things. You know, we're poorer than white folk are. It's true. Poorer than Asians, probably poorer than anybody. But we're not poor compared to people in other places. If you're poor in D.C., that's not as poor as Mississippi. I just learned there's a program, in as much as I live in mom's house, my name's on the deed, I qualify as homeless. Do you realize I can get a house? Go figure, y'all. Work with me. We can do something to change our lives. I want to get some people on to talk about this reparations, and I will be talking about this Gay Equality Act. I need to go through all of it and explain it to y'all. So I might even start tonight. I know I got to I'm going to the family church. Oh, God, it's a trip being Pentecostal. Why couldn't I have come up as, one of those little Methodists with the Masonic pastor where you don't have to do anything? Anyway, yes, I do use foul language, but, I come from, wow, on all sides of my family. Wow. Preachers going back before Nat Turner on multiple sides of the family. So some of the preachers are good. And that's something I want to be clear. There are decent people that are doing work in the faith community. They're not all like T.D. Jakes and Eddie Longstroke. So someone asked me about Claude Anderson. I don't know him. I don't have a contact to him. And he's big time. I'm a little teeny tiny person talking, but I have something to say. I have ordered and I'm waiting for the Amos Wilson Blueprint for Black Power. I bought it. It cost me $60. 60. So when I tell you I'm looking at these books and it's like, God, and I have books everywhere uh, because the libraries one day may all close. And if they shut all the libraries down, how will you know? I started collecting books and I recognized if people can shut the libraries and everything, you have no way of proving or documenting whatever you don't own yourself. This is why all the sharp black people I know hoard books and papers and artwork because people are always trying to destroy our our history. So I have another book on psychological warfare I'm going to probably buy. I like Claude Anderson. I'm not mad at anyone, folk. When y'all ask me these questions, I don't know everybody. I don't hang out much. You typically see me in my space. I don't hang out much, and there's much to talk about. I want to talk about the Jesuits, the Masons. I'm waiting for my book on Edward Bernays, so we can talk about mass communications and manipulation. I don't know Boyce Watkins, whoever you are. I've only spoken to Boyce Watkins. Why do people do that? That's not very bright. I don't know Boyce Watkins. And you don't go to strangers and say, give me someone's phone number. If you think that that works, that's kind of, A lot of our people are not very tactful, don't understand. So I don't know him. And he's not the only person that talks about economics. I have someone that will be on our program soon. His name is Bryant Moore. Sharp. He's sharp. And yeah, I don't really try to bother with Boyce or the other people. I think that they do good work where they are. I want to do my own thing. Yeah, Dwan. Dwan is free to reschedule. I don't make people do stuff. I was pleading with them, Dwan, why do you want to do it on Skype? It sometimes doesn't work. Mind over matter, that's what he wanted to do. I'm flexible. If it didn't work on that, let's go to Zoom with it. So that's something that didn't happen. I hope so. And I hope I do some more shows with Ron and so forth. So if you got ideas or guests, drop me an email. Let me see. Yes, my experience with Boyce is that he was snobbish. I'm just going to be honest, aloof. Look, life's too short. I've met people more famous, more accomplished than other people. And I find that certain people who want to be all of that often are snobbish, and people who are all that tend to be kind of cool. If you're great, or if you're accomplished, or if you're rich or powerful, it just is. Hello from Memphis. Hello to everybody on here. Let me see. I'm gonna try to go through all these questions since everybody's chatting. Hello to you, Tommy. Hello to Devin. Hello to the Smiths, Mark Smith, Brother Judah, Marshall, another person from Judah, Billy Ray, how are you? Mark, I see some of these things repeated. Hey, everybody, let me see. And pretty soon, that's why I want to get with Kulik. People will be able to call. And that way, you don't have to read all this stuff. It is a real distraction. It is nice to hear from Memphis. And I have family from Memphis. Wow. Whew. This is something. So this is going to happen. Bear with me. It's not just me. A lot of people have been deplatformed. What got me threatened with being deplatformed was mentioning hydroxychloroquine. They really want people to get these jabs. They want you to get vaccinated. They don't want people to have any options. They don't want people to think. And anyone that dares tell you, these are doctors or anyone else, that there are options other than taking uh, gene therapy that they're misrepresenting as a vaccination. They don't know what the full effects will be. Anyone that tries to tell people, they're silencing. I'm lucky that I haven't been kicked off of YouTube, but I'm working on Twitch. I'm working on Rumble. I got to get that Rumble thing working. And of course, I encourage everybody, subscribe to the Randy Lancaster Short channel. In fact, I'm going to start broadcasting through 3 channels at one time or 2 channels at one time, so we can get the information going. So thanks for your patience. I appreciate all 3,100 of you that are following. I appreciate everyone that gave. I keep a list. I never, ever erase names of anyone that makes a contribution. And it's going to pick up. 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 Let me see. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me cough once. This thing is determined to act up when I got people. 1 second. Okay. The thing on Judas and the Black Messiah, let me just be very plain. There's a very salient part of the history that the film systematically ignored. There's a gentleman from Chicago who's still living. They live in Charlotte. Their name is Bob Brown, or Bob Brown. His real proper name may be Robert Brown, but Bob Brown. Bob Brown, who was in SNCC, who worked with and was the number 2 man with Stokely Carmichael for 30 years. He is the person that started the Black Panther Party for self-defense in Chicago. Bob Brown recruited Fred Hampton Sr. Bob Brown recruited Bobby Rush, and all of them, although he did not recruit William O'Neill. Fred Hampton Sr. was portrayed as far more wise in some ways than beyond his years. As gifted as he was manipulated by the multiple snitches and stooges that were in the Chicago Black Panther Party. It wasn't just Bill O'Neill. It was several of them. Possibly even Bobby Rush, the congressman that looks like Baphomet, the goat with no horns. He more than likely is in military intelligence. The Black Panther Party was heavily infiltrated across the country, as was the Nation of Islam, as was the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. You had infiltrators. There were thousands of Negroes on the payroll of the government to help hunt down, kill, and destroy outspoken Black people. Bob Brown was voted out of the party by Fred Hampton Sr., Bill O'Neill, Bobby Rush, because Bob Brown told them that O'Neill was a spy. He said, don't let him be in charge of security. And they wouldn't hear him. Instead, they kicked him out of the party, and they're dead. Just more of that story. Black folks, a lot of us have a lot of pride and jealousy. Someone can be brilliant or bright and tell you, and you want to show them that you can be as pig-headed as they are brilliant, and you prevail. A lot of Black folks are going to die from these shots and other things because no one can tell them anything. So everything is infiltrated. The church is infiltrated. And so there are very few, as a people, that's why I talk about coons. Until we get tired of coons until we come down on coons and find the traitors, isolate them, marginalize them, kick them out of positions of authority, then we're in trouble. So Malcolm X's grandson didn't have to get killed. I tried. There are other forces. A lot of people don't have to get killed. A lot of times there are people amongst us. You see, the scriptures tell us we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness and principalities in high places. You are not fighting every white person or every Latino or every Asian, but you are against the evil people in those groups, and they're against you. Provided you're not evil, then they're allied with you. If you look at that film, it was nice to see Bill O'Neill be able to sit at the table with that dude. This is how it is at Harvard and other places. The black folks who've been put in position to push abortion and LGBTQ and mass incarceration and all this other filth sit at the table with the other people who are evil from the other group and plot out the destruction of the righteous remnant in our community. That's how it is. So, by the way, I'll be asking, in fact, everybody raise your hand. Let me know if you agree with me. I'm going to ask Beverlyn Beatty. Excuse me. Can we go after the boule? Can we have a protest and a national thing to focus attention on the betrayal of the black community by the boule? Like this vote that they just did, 59 blacks in Congress voted for pedophilia to be legalized. Yet you couldn't get 2 of them to have hearings on police murdering us. This is the kind of conversation. Look, why am I complaining? I'm going to say this again and again and again. The government, federal law to allow you to put police in jail or even execute them for racial crimes has been on the books since 1870. Then they did another one in 1871. So how many years is that? That's 20 plus 30. 150 years ago, they had a solution to white killer cops. It's on the books. Why have the niggers that we consider leaders not demanded that these laws be used for George Zimmerman, for Mark Furman, for all these people? They're cowards, or they're traitors, or they're both. This doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. No, you read the bill, that's your foolishness. Anyone that didn't read the first line of the Equality Act, where it says, and for other purposes, with the comma. Well, what other purposes? You said sexual identity, sexual orientation, that, and blah, and then other purposes. Well, what other purposes? I don't like folks who can't get nuances. You're a fool if you think they're going to spell out pedophilia. They'll just do it. They'll just do it. They're doing it in schools in California where they're teaching kids how to put lubricants in their rectums. You've got a president that supports hormone-blocking drugs for kids who can't buy a pack of cigarettes or beer, but they can have hormone or puberty-blocking drugs. So I'm sorry. I don't like when people are stupid. Stupidity offends me. These freaks will do whatever they can, whenever they want to. If you think there's a limit, you don't know the extremist gay people. I do. I've worked with them. If you haven't dealt with them, pardon my language, shut the fuck up. You haven't dealt with them. These laws are dangerous, and if they get one set of laws, there'll be more. There will never be an end to it. So, no disrespect, and I want to say that this is ridiculous. Joe Biden's not going to meet with Claude Anderson. Joe Biden hates black people. That's what he's done his entire career. is dog black people. And many of us voted for him. And that's what you want, you'll get it. And so, as president, he just got rid of the Talon Act, where Trump was going after pedophiles that were in the country illegally raping and trafficking in people. Biden just came and protected the pedophiles. For all y'all that don't understand where they're coming from, these people are freaks, they're degenerates, they're compromised, and they're racist and they hate black people. There's no reason that we should like, respect, or want to be around these folks. And so this mess of pottage, this false integration, that is really, really sad that we go for it. Okay, and our self-hatred, which is another thing I'm going to be talking about. When you hate yourself, you hate your people, you want to be laid up with everyone else, you want to give jobs and opportunities to everyone else, it says that you hate God for making you who and what you are. When you're an ingrate, it's a sin. It's an abomination. God doesn't like it, and he does not like people who are ungrateful. Black people are ungrateful. We hate ourselves. We hate Africa. We hate everything that's associated with us, and we wonder why we're in the damn ditch that we are. And our self-hatred plays out in all kinds of things, like when someone ignorant that doesn't know anything questions someone who knows more than they do. I'm telling you, you go to a white area, you don't need security and guns everywhere. It's in black areas where people don't respect one another and life that you need security. You need security at a porta-john to keep people from stealing the piss and shit out of the place. Let's just be honest about how lawless and how out of control, and you can't put it all on white people. Some of it has to do with the fact that a lot of our people are wicked and they need redemption and they need to repent and they need some salvation. And by the way, all these irreligious or spiritualistic, confused Negroes make me want to vomit because I don't see any evidence of it doing anything for how they live, the rate of AIDS, or anything else. Anyway, I've overshot my limit. It's time for me to get up off of here. We'll be having these conversations again soon, but notice how my throat's almost there, but it wanted to act up with people looking. And I know how people hate seeing me cough and do all this stuff. I don't want to, but if you get sudden postnasal drip when you're talking, it's annoying. Anyway, tired of grossing you out with that. Who you gonna call? Coon busters? And brothers and sisters, don't give the NAACP, the Congressional Black Caucus, the National Asshole Network, the Legal Defense and Education Fund, or any of these people any of your money until these people start saying, cut our damn check. MFM, everybody. And that's all I want to hear about is MFM. If Biden's not talking about MFM, I don't like him. And look at how he put that man that looked like the Penguin in drag from Batman. This is incredible. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. I'm out of here. Y'all take care.